بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. How are you everybody? We will continue inshallah our unit 5. It will be lesson 2. Please bring your book, Flying High, level 1. Small steps in the right direction can turn out to be the biggest step of your life. Let's see here. What can you see here? A baby, a woman. What she is doing? Shopping. And he is a newborn baby. So we will talk about born to shop. Let's see here. The word of money, lesson 2, born to shop, sorry. Shopping necessity, happy or illness. Let's see here. After we read this article, we can answer some questions. For most people, the name Imelda Marcos probably brings one image to mind: shoes. The wife of Philippine ex-president Ferdinand Marcos was famous for her shoe collection. She owned 3,000 pairs of shoes. An advertisement in the window of a New York shoe shop said, "There is a little Imelda in all of us." But does anyone need 3,000 pairs of shoes? Of course not, but many people don't buy things because they need them, but impulsively so that they can feel good for a moment. For these people, shopping can become an addiction, and compulsive shoppers can't stop themselves from buying things. It isn't just silly behavior, it is psychological illness. Compulsive shopping isn't a new phenomenon. A German psychiatrist identified it nearly 100 years ago and called it onumania, buying mania. Today, we often refer to people who keep shopping as shopaholics. Estimates indicate that from 2 to 8% of Americans are compulsive shoppers. Many psychiatrists are now working to help compulsive shoppers recognize their problem and understand what makes them spend money. Some psychiatrists recommend antidepressant drugs like Prozac, but most prefer non-drug therapies. They first tell people to analyze why they shop: a feeling of power, low self-esteem. Then they advise them to keep a daily record of all the money they spent. Finally, they encourage people to look for alternate forms of entertainment, reading, exercising, etc. Let's see here. We want to answer some questions. After reading this article, we will match it with the appropriate paragraph. So here, for a historical reference to compulsive buying, it is paragraph C. And for recommendations for treatment of compulsive shopping, it will be paragraph D. And an example of a compulsive shopper, it is A. Then a definition of compulsive shopping, it will be paragraph B. Then be sure of the answers. 1 is C, 2 is D, 3 is A, 4 is B. Next, so Who is an ex-president? The last one before the one is now. Impulsive, impulsively also. Compulsive, he is compulsive. And antidepressant. What do you do if a robber steals your money while shopping? There are a lot of action you can do it. The most important thing that you must tell the police. كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يرتاد الأسواق حتى إن المشركين عابوه بذلك كما قال الله تعالى حاكيا عنهم وقالوا ما لهذا الرسول يأكل الطعام ويمشي في الأسواق لولا أنزل إليه ملك فيكون معه نذيرا. This shows us that also Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in that time go to the market. He went to the market and all these shops. Work hard in silence. Let success make the noise. So let's see here what we will talk about. Now we want to talk about verbs which have complement. But according to the things after the verb, I will know what is the complement, or the kind of the verb will let me use something special. For example, verb, the first kind, the verb plus the object plus the infinitive. Then the second kind, the verb plus the object plus the full infinitive, which is with to. And the verb plus the object plus the gerund. We call it gerund when we have a verb with ing. So here, this is an example. They let their son drive. So the verb is let, then the object, then my verb in the infinitive form. This is for number one. For number two, they allow him the use of the car. So allow and the object, then my verb use. The third one here, the cost prevents them from buying another car. Here is the gerund, my object, and prevent is the verb in the third kind. So let's talk here about let, make, and help. After let and make, just let me go. It is an example. You make me feel so stupid. Help takes the two infinitives without to is more common. So please help me make the bed. Make in the passive is followed by the infinitive. He was made to do his homework every day. Let's see here. Now, the verb plus object plus infinitive, they are let, help, and make. This is the first kind which we talk about it, the verb plus object plus infinitive. The second kind, verb plus object plus two infinitive. So here they allow him to use the car. So I will use allow, tell, advise, and encourage. They encourage him to use the car. They tell him to use the car. They advise like this. The third kind is the verb plus object plus the gerund. the cost prevents them from buying another car. With the prevent, I can use stop. So again, the first kind is verb plus object plus infinitive. I will use let, help, make. The second one, it will be with verb, object, and to infinitive. The verbs are allow, tell, advise, encourage. And the third one, the cost, prevent. So it is a prevent and stop. Here, it will be more obvious for you. Help, make, tell, advise, stop. Let's see here. I want to use it here in spaces. Complete the sentences using verbs from the table. So the table that we already talked about. Advertising sometimes what makes us buy things we don't need. Then, parents shouldn't let their children shop without supervision. If you know someone who spends too much money, advise him to save or her. 4. My teacher won't allow me to use my dictionary in the exam. And number 5, we should stop our children wasting their money or sweets. So again, number 1, advertising sometimes makes us buy things we don't need. Parents shouldn't let their children shop without supervision. If you know someone who spends too much money, advise her to save. My teacher won't allow me to use my dictionary in the exam. We should stop our children wasting their money on sweets. Here, to be more obvious for you, okay, look at the answer and discuss the question. Do you think you are careful with money and manage it well? Now, I want from you to think about it. If you need to save money, tell me how can you be careful to save your money, and why? If you can't manage it, why? And if you manage it, tell me how can you do this? Now, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. So think about the money. If you before you didn't begin to save anything, you can start now, and you can change something, and you can take al-ajr and al-thawab when you give some money to this charity association. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Your teacher Arijan Maddah. Best wishes for everybody.